Welcome back. In West Bengal, a political storm is brewing after one of the main accused in the Bogtui violence has allegedly died by suicide. He was in CBI custody. The man who died is Lalan Sheikh. He was one of the prime accused in the March 21st Bengal violence. Sheikh is believed to have instigated and led a crowd that then set homes on fire in Bogtui. The violence led to the death of 10 people, mostly women and children. Sheikh was arrested by the CBI on December 4th. Since then, he was kept in a temporary camp that was set up by the CBI. He was reportedly found hanging in the washroom of the office that the agency had set up in Birbhum. Now the agency is claiming that Sheikh died by suicide. He was found hanging. However, his family members allege that the death was because of torture. They say he was severely beaten up in custody. Leaders across political parties have asked for a probe into the case. Meanwhile, the TMC calls it a killing by the CBI. They say the CBI and central forces tortured Lalan Sheikh to name TMC leaders in the Bogtui violence.
I condemn the incident, and if CBI is so smart, why he is dead, and it is inside the custody. So they have to take the details. I think his wife lost the fire, and we will also raise the issue.
I condemned it, and I urge the High Court that it is not the end that giving a CBI inquiry and they will kill someone. So who has to take the responsibility? Lalan family is blaming that CBI asked money and the CBI was giving pressure to name few leaders of the TMC. Why will this happen? Now I urge a High Court to do something so that this brutality is stopped. Because CBI is only fulfilling the political agenda. I don't believe that.
My guest this evening, Dr. Shatorupa from the BJP. She's a spokesperson of the BJP. And we have Professor Manojit Mondal. He's spokesperson of the TMC. Manojit Mondal, can I come to you first and ask you, namaskar to both of you. Can I ask you why you are saying that the man has been killed by the CBI? He was allegedly found hanging, which means it possibly indicates that he's committed suicide. Why dispute what the CBI is saying? They don't have any reason to lie.
Shreya, it's not the Trinamool Congress that is saying that this person was killed by the CBI. It is the family of Lalan Sheikh that is accusing CBI of not just killing Lalan Sheikh, but demanding money from the family. His wife is alleging that. His wife is saying that the CBI asked for 50 lakhs to release Lalan Sheikh or to get him rid of the charges. So it is not the TMCP or the party. The larger issue, Shreya, and the court now must come into it. Larger issue that CBI's custody is not safe. A person, whether he is accused or not, rightly or wrongly, the person was killed. And the CBI has to take responsibility for this murder or suicide, whatever it is. We have no issue with that. But the fact remains that he was killed in the CBI custody. The court has to haul up the CBI, has to order proper inquiry into the situation, and the police has to look into it. That is the demand of the Trinamool Congress and the family. The family is categorically saying that we want the West Bengal government to probe into the matter to see if there is any foul play, where they are alleging that there has been foul play. Not just they were tortured, the family was also under duress. The family was asked for money. The CBI was trying to botch up the case by getting the money. And this is a very serious issue. I repeat, the court was ordered CBI inquiry, though the CBI has not done much beyond the CID. The CID was doing the complete investigation. CBI just came after the court order. CID by that time almost completed the investigation. And in fact, this person was arrested after 9 months of the incident. and he could not be sustained in the CBI custody even for a week.
Correct.
Within a week of his arrest, he is killed. I mean, the questions will be raised, not by the party, not by the people, but by the family.
Dr.
They are
Shatorupa?
raising the questions.
Dr. Shatorupa,
Yes, Shreya, good evening.
Dr. Shatorupa, questions will be raised. Good evening.
Well,
Good
they are
evening, Dr.
always asking
Shatorupa.
for-
Always good to see you. Questions will be raised at the CBI.
Yeah, they are always raising questions because they think that we run the CBI. I'd like to start this with at the very outset. I'd like to tell you that we, as a party in West Bengal, we are equally aghast as to how this kind of a death can happen in CBI custody. We would also like to know exactly how and what happened. But having said that, I'm very glad that you, Shreya, started off this show by talking about the horrendous incident that happened in Bogtui. And Lalan Sheikh is the prime accused. Okay, he is the prime accused of burning alive some 8 to 10 people, mostly who were women and children. So you will agree the sympathy for this man is very low across the state. Yes, of course, his family will be concerned, and his family has very rightly blamed. I mean, rightly or wrongly, whatever, has understandably blamed the CBI. CBI, however, I believe has said that he was the responsibility of his he was kept in CRPF supervision or something like that. Now, I have really no idea how and why this happened because CBI will answer. But once again, like Manojit Mondal is raising questions from the Trinamool, we are also raising questions that how is it that somebody is brought into West Bengal and then suddenly he commits suicide? Why? Because in this state, Trinamool names might come up. I mean, we really have no idea. We're just asking very random questions. We are completely in dark as to how this could happen. We equally want to know why this kind of incident, unpleasant incident, a suicide, can happen under CBI custody. But the questions that the
By that
Hakim has
logic,
raised,
Dr. Shatorupa, by that logic, the CBI had every reason for Lalan Sheikh to be alive and not dead, if the fear of the TMC was that he would probably name some TMC leaders. Anyway, I'll let the spokesperson of the TMC only take you on this point.
First of all, her argument proves that Lalan Sheikh was killed because he was accused in Bogtui. And this kind of extrajudicial killing can happen under the custody of CBI. She has proven it.
I never said
That
that.
he, because of,
I never
please
said
madam,
that.
stop.
You can
Because
go
of the
ahead and-
horrendous incident that took place in Bogtui, and that's why Lalan Sheikh was killed under CBI custody. That's point number
I
one.
never
Point
said
number
that.
two, if the TMC's leaders are to be named, all the arrested, 22 of them, most of them belong to the TMCs. Most of them, all of them were arrested incidentally by CID when the incident took place in 22nd March. Until now, there is no big leader who is named, even from that district. But yes, people are now alleging, even including his family, that this person was being pressurized by CBI to name, to frame certain people. This person was being pressurized. So whether because of the torture, because of the mental pressure that this person committed suicide, or whether because of the torture he was killed, that has to be thoroughly investigated, and which certainly the CBI cannot do because they are the accused. We demand investigation against this murder, against the CBI, whether it's murder, self-inflicted murder, or murder committed by the CBI. The investigation has to be carried out sooner rather than later, and the truth must come out at the same time. This is my humble appeal to the court. Judiciary must look into all other CBI cases in Bengal. And please, Shreya, you also ask your reporter to check how many new fresh evidences in all the 20-25 cases that the court has ordered, including some rape and murders. How many fresh evidences the CBI has collected? And this I'm saying with full responsibility.
Okay.
There was an alleged rape in Nadia. The woman was brutally killed. We want to know what has happened to that particular case as well. When the entire government was blamed, we really do not know what has happened to that particular case, as also in other cases where the cases were evidently made political, and the court, whether under influence or not, directed CBI investigation. We demand the white paper from the CBI, what has happened in the last 6-7 months, not just in this case, in all other CBI cases which have been taken away from the Bengal police.
Point is, you are saying the court, if under influence or not, then you are saying that the court should order an inquiry into this judicial killing or slash, death, etc. So you have to choose now. If you say that you're not going to trust the judiciary, you're not going to trust the CBI, then how will things work? You have to trust someone, na, Mr. Manojit Mondal.
I think
just because you're the opposition doesn't mean you don't trust anyone.
Shreya, on a lighter note, ambiguity, I think, is one part of articulation. I didn't want to be so unambiguous when I'm talking about the court.
Okay. Dr. Shatorupa, I'm going to give you the last word. Essentially, the charge that Manojit Mondal is making is the charge that every opposition party in this country makes against the central government, the misuse of central agencies. The charge is that even in this case, possibly, that is what has happened.
Yeah, I mean, they've been constantly charging since, I think, 2021, March, April. They've been constantly saying that everybody, like you said, they're suffering from persecution mania, and they blame the whole world about this. Almost all possible agencies. I mean, they're now very soon going to land up blaming the president.
I didn't say it. You said it, ma'am.
No, you didn't say it. You just summarized what Manojit Mondal said. But having said that, I think, Shreya, this is possibly the first time. This is possibly the first time since Professor Manojit Mondal and I have been doing shows together. I tend to agree with him, because this is the first time he himself has admitted that there are some 20 to 23 people, Trinamool people, who have been already named and accused in the Bogtui case. So, I mean, taking a thread from his story, it is not impossible that possibly the CBI was closing in, and Lalan Sheikh would have been actually taking out some names and giving in a kind of validating the whole theory. There is a saying in Bengali, we call this "Shorshar Moddhe Bhoot," which means, to put it very clearly, there are some insiders in every organization which is based in West Bengal, whether it is CRPF, whether it is whoever. So we really don't know. I like Manojit Mondal. Once again, I agree with him. We also from BJP would really like to get to the bottom of this, and how can a death happen, whether it's suicide, whether he's been beaten to death, for whatever reason. We would like to know why it happened and how. I mean, in an organization like CBI, where CBI custodial death is unheard of. Why would it happen?
Professor Manojit Mondal, Dr. Shatorupa, for a change, is on the same side as you are, and on the same page as you are. Even she is asking for a probe into how a death like this could happen under the CBI's watch.
This was anticipated, or somehow what you call procrastinated by Shubhendu Adhikari. He sort of somehow anticipated this is going to happen on 12th of December, on the fateful day of December, or the fateful month of December. Something big is going to happen. This was perhaps one of them. Shubhendu Adhikari said the same thing. So he knew that this person would be killed in CBI custody. I think Shubhendu Adhikari should be immediately questioned by the police of Bengal. That's what our demand is. And what Shatorupa madam will be saying about Shubhendu, that's our problem. Shubhendu has still been maintaining that something big is going to happen between 12 and 14 December. Today, incidentally, is 13. Yesterday was 12. So yesterday this happened, and I'm still waiting for tomorrow. What is going to happen tomorrow? Let's wait. Shubhendu might be knowing. Shubhendu might be sort of, उनका जो हाथों की जो रेखा है ना, वो सब गिन के उन लोगों को पता चलता है, सुख को पता चल जाता है उनको. So I think Shubhendu should be immediately interrogated that what big things are going to happen in Bengal in the last 18 days of the year. Shubhendu Adhikari must be immediately interrogated by police or CBI that please come up with the stories. What is going to happen? How many people are going to kill?
One death and so many theories. So many conspiracy theories from both sides. This is an interesting situation that has developed.
Their principal leader has floated the theory, Shreya. He's still maintaining that. Yesterday only he's maintained that.
Dr. Shatorupa, what can I say? I will give you 10 seconds if you want to respond to that conspiracy theory that...
Of course, I would love to respond. I mean,
Okay.
here is Trinamool.
No, this is a conspiracy theory. Manojit Mondal, this is a conspiracy theory. Dr. Shatorupa, I'm out of time, but I can give you 10 seconds because, you know, the charge has been made against Shubhendu Adhikari. He is not here to speak on behalf of himself, so probably you can.
Thank you, Shreya. 10 seconds will do. Trinamool has always been discounting us. And somehow they are petrified of Shubhendu Adhikari. No matter what he says, whether he says 12th, 14th, 21st, whether he says nothing, whether he says now he said 13 January, whatever they said, they're ready to jump at his throat. So now what can I say? Let them suffer a little more from persecution mania. Let them think in the nightmares, what is Shubhendu going to do? All the best to them.
There is also nuisance value in
Okay.
politics,
Dr.
madam.
All the best.
Politics, there
Okay,
is
all
also
the best to
nuisance
both of you. Done.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll leave it there for the moment. Dr. Shatorupa, thank you very much for joining us. Professor Manojit Mondal, always good to have you on the show. Thank you very much. I'm glad that both of you are leaving this debate smiling and not fighting with each other. Thank you. This is how all TV debates should be. Thank you.